Question: if all individuals were in revolt, don't you think there would be chaos in the world? Krishnamurti. Listen to the question first, because it is very important to understand the question and not to just wait for an answer. The question is, if all individuals were in revolt, would not the world be in chaos? But is the present society in such perfect order that chaos would result if everyone revolted against it? Is there not chaos now? Is everything beautiful, uncorrupted? Is everyone living happily, fully, richly? Is man not against man? Is there not ambition, ruthless competition? So the world is already in chaos. That is the first thing to realize. Don't take it for granted that this is an orderly society. Don't mesmerize yourself with words. Whether here in Europe, in America, or Russia, the world is in a process of decay. If you see the decay, you have a challenge. You are challenged to find a way of solving this urgent problem. And how you respond to the challenge is important, is it not? If you respond as a Hindu or a Buddhist, a Christian or a communist, then your response is very limited, which is no response at all. You can respond fully, adequately, only if there is no fear in you. Only if you don't think as a Hindu, a communist, or a capitalist, but as a total human being who is trying to solve this problem. And you cannot solve it unless you yourself are in revolt against the whole thing, against the ambitious accusativeness on which society is based. When you yourself are not ambitious, not accusative, not clinging to your own security, only then can you respond to the challenge and create a new world. Question number 2. To revolt, to learn, to love, are these three separate processes, or are they simultaneous? Krishnamurti. Of course, they are not three separate processes. It is a unitary process. You see, it is very important to find out what the question means. This question is based on theory, not on experience. It is merely verbal, intellectual, therefore it has no validity. A man who is fearless, who is really in revolt, struggling to find out what it means to learn, to love, such a man does not ask if it is one process or three. We are so clever with words, and we think that by offering explanations, we have solved the problems. Do you know what it means to learn? When you are really learning, you are learning throughout your life, and there is no one special teacher to learn from. Then everything teaches you: a dead leaf, a bird in flight, a smell, a tear, the rich and the poor, those who are crying, the smile of a woman, the haughtiness of a man. You learn from everything. Therefore, there is no guide, no philosopher, no guru. Life itself is your teacher, and you are in a state of constant learning. Question number 3. It is true that society is based on acquisitiveness and ambition, but if we had no ambition, would we not decay? Krishnamurti. This is really a very important question and it needs great attention. Do you know what attention is? Let us find out. In a classroom, when you stare out of the window or pull somebody's hair, the teacher tells you to pay attention, which means what? That you are not interested in what you are studying, and so the teacher compels you to pay attention, which is not attention at all. Attention comes when you are deeply interested in something, for then you love to find out all about it. Then your whole mind, your whole being is there. Similarly, the moment you see that this question, if we had no ambition, would you not decay, is really very important. You are interested and want to find out the truth of the matter. Now, is not the ambitious man destroying himself? That is the first thing to find out, not to ask whether ambition is right or wrong. Look around you. Observe all the people who are ambitious. What happens? What happens when you are ambitious? You are thinking about yourself. Are you not? You are cruel. You push other people aside because you are trying to fulfill your ambition, trying to become a big man, thereby creating in society the conflict between those who are succeeding and those who are failing behind. There is a constant battle between you and the others who are also after what you want. And is this conflict productive of creative living? Do you understand? Or is this too difficult? Are you ambitious when you love to do something for its own sake? When you are doing something with your whole being, not because you want to get somewhere or have more profit or greater results, but simply because you love to do it. In that, there is no ambition, is there? In that, there is no competition. You are not struggling with anyone for first place. And should not education help you to find out what you really love to do, so that from the beginning to the end of your life, you are working at something which you feel is worthwhile and which for you has deep significance? Otherwise, for the rest of your days, you will be miserable, not knowing what you really want to do. Your mind falls into a routine in which there is only boredom, decay, and death. That is why it is very important to find out while you are young what it is you really love to do. And this is the only way to create a new society. Question number 4. In India, As in most other countries, education is being controlled by the government. Under such circumstances, is it possible to carry out an experiment of the kind you describe? If there were no government help, would it be possible for a school of this kind to survive? That is what this gentleman is asking. He sees everything throughout the world becoming more and more controlled by governments, by politicians, by people in authority who want to save our minds and hearts, who want us to think in a certain way. Whether in Russia or in any other country, the tendency is towards government control of education. And this gentleman asked whether it is possible for a school of the kind I am talking about to become into being without government aid. Now, what do you say? You know, if you think something is important, really worthwhile, you give your heart to it, irrespective of governments and the addicts of society, and then it will succeed. But most of us do not give our hearts to anything, and that is why we put this sort of question. If you and I feel vitality that a new world can be brought into being, when each one of us is in complete revolt inwardly, psychologically, spiritually, then we shall give our hearts, our minds, our bodies towards creating a school where there is no such thing as fear with all its implications. Sir, anything truly revolutionary is created by a few who see what is true and are willing to live according to that truth. But to discover what is true demands freedom from tradition, which means freedom from all fears.